Hold on. Okay, had to hit record again. I don't like my heroes all fighting each other. It sucks because I don't want to see nobody lose.
It's gonna happen.
It sucks. I hate it.
If you won the best fights, they're gonna fight each other.
I fucking hate it. It was easy with Floyd because I only wanted Floyd to win. But I love these guys. I mean, Porter's okay, but to give Porter his credit, he's fought all of them. I would like
to see Porter in WWE.
He's fought all of them. Think about that. He's fought every last one of them, except for Pacquiao and Bud Crawford. That's it. Those are the only two people he hasn't fought yet. So I give him, he has to go down, well, win or lose, he has to go down. And he beat a couple of them. You know, he beat Danny at the least. You know what I mean? But
I was close.
True, but what's going to suck is if, like, Danny has losses to all of them.
Doesn't matter.
At least they're greats, right?
Look, they're no scrubs.
No,
okay?
no.
They all were champions.
Yeah.
Or are champions.
But what matters is what champions you beat.
We're just going to have a round robin. They're going to fight each other again. So styles make fights, and guess what? And I think Porter's the dark horse because he can beat anybody with his rough tactics, grinding, and you know he's never gonna stop. He's the Energizer Bunny. He has athletics, he has the stamina, and he's just sure like brute force. He can put his head down, punch you here, and he will punch you with your head like Bernard. 3 gloves. Bernard's a better tactician.
What's beautiful is that even though Porter has some losses to some greats, there's still some people out there who we really truly believe, some greats, like we believe Porter walks through Pacquiao.
At this time, I would say so, but if he gets caught in the exchange, remember, Broner put him down. But at this stage in Pacquiao's career...
Listen, if Jeff Horn can do to you, win or lose, however the fuck you think he won or lost. If Jeff...
he just lost. He took a beating.
That's fine.
He got a TKO.
But you still...
Costa's son beat the shit out.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. You still let him maul your ass. And this is a professional mauler in fucking Porter. I mean, you know, like, think about that. The two top guys...
unorthodox.
Pacquiao and Bud Crawford, we think Porter can beat. You know, and I just hope he gets that opportunity because if he leaves...
I agree with that, totally.
Yeah, right? So if he has to leave the game, like, he lost to Spence, he lost to Keith, and he lost
Doesn't matter. When you fight the
Brook.
best, there's nothing wrong with that, to losing to the best.
Well, there is...
And some of them were razor thin.
There is if you don't get the opportunity to show you're great against some other people.
He will get plenty of opportunities.
There's only 2 guys left.
Why Bob didn't make the matchup, right?
Yeah, because Porter would beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I truly do believe that.
He knows that. Bob's smart. Just like
I think Bud knows that.
Floyd is smart.
I think Bud knows that. Because, come on, you're that much friends to where you guys can't get in there?
There's always a number that any friend or any brother will step in there. There's always a number.
And I could be wrong. Hold on. We could totally be wrong about Bud. Bud could go in there and smoke Kell Brook or whatever flunky he's going to fight next that Bob Arum finds under a bridge. He could go in there, and if the guy has a decent name, he could destroy him, right? But up until today, he's 33 years old.
Everybody's at the PBC.
He's 33 fucking years old. If you don't fight one of these 4 horsemen...
This is your peak.
You're done.
This is your prime.
You got 4 guys, and you're not fighting any of them? Get the fuck out of here.
I don't think it's Bud, but it's business.
No, it's Bud.
You think it's Bud?
This is the reason why. Because we've seen it. We've seen it with Tim Bradley. You know, like Floyd said.
He's happy making that shit money, which Bob Arum takes 30% off.
Not everybody's business is right. Who do you see in Bud's corner? Think about it. Porter, his father. Garcia, his father. Spence, Al Heyman, and Floyd, because they kind of picked them. Who else? Who else do we got? Keith Thurman. He seems like he's got some people around him as well. But who do we see in Bud's
representation and advisory? It's always Al Heyman for everybody.
No. I'm saying like personally to even get you to that Al Heyman stage.
Okay.
Who have you seen in Bud Crawford's corner? You don't. You only see Bud doing all the business himself. Think about that. Even Broner had those other guys.
Then you'll have Sam and his two boys who's there.
But what I'm saying
Sam
is
Watson.
the people to bring you to the promoter. Think about it. He got picked up, right? Bud Crawford got picked up by Bob Arum in Top Rank. But it was like, hey, we're just going to take you out of this situation. I'm sure you might have been talking to somebody else. We're going to give you the biggest bag, but we know that you don't have anybody around you to tell you what the fuck is going on. And every time you get close to a fight...
But the thing is, it's not the biggest bag.
No, well, to him it is. Think about that. To him it is. And that's what's sad.
To him. But if you compare how Errol Spence's career has gone, and Bud was supposed to be the guy. And he's like, nah, the PBC fighters will come over to PBC. Get your ass whooped. Come on.
And that's
you want to make that fight? Make it 2021. Let's see fight Spence.
Well, I think now they will. They have to. Yeah, now, because of COVID, they're all...
Bud isn't getting nothing but 30%. Sorry.
They're all fighting each other now.
I would say Bud should get 30%, no more. I would say 20%.
I would do 50-50. Go ahead. Who cares?
20%, 80-20.
No.
You know what?
No. You win way more if you do 50-50. Look at Floyd and De La Hoya. You beat Bud Crawford, you're the fucking man.
50-50. What are you talking about?
What? It doesn't matter. No. What I'm saying is Floyd was like, look, if I beat you, I'm the man. Yes. So he took whatever.
That would be the platform. But no way. The revenue shows that does not make that much money.
Fuck that.
Spence makes money. As a fan, I want to see it. I don't give a shit. But if you look at the money part of it, 70-30.
The only way that fight gets made is if Spence gives up.
I don't want to. I would say it's going to be a 60-40 split. Goes Spence's way. Listen, it has to be. Look what happened to Floyd and Manny.
I know it.
Waited.
Yeah, but you got to understand the A side had already been well established.
Yeah.
And you got it. What sucks is when they get to the negotiating table, even Spence coming off of these big fights or whatever, you still have Bob Arum and all of ESPN standing on that side. You're not going to get what you want in a negotiation. So you're better off doing whatever it takes.
Fox does better numbers.
Doesn't matter.
BBC does better numbers. It doesn't matter. Look,
you wonder why that matters?
Only numbers on ESPN is UFC. It's not Bob.
You're speaking from your personal opinion. And I'm telling you.
Not personal. The facts are there. Go look at it.
Listen.
Look at the numbers.
But Bob Arum doesn't care about the facts. Bob Arum is willing and already has proven he will continue to put Bud Crawford up against trash competition. So if you come to the table...
That's why his level is going to stop.
Again, but Bud doesn't care and Bob doesn't care. They're literally together like this, like, okay, well, if you guys don't want to fight and if you don't want to meet these things, we will. They did it with Lomachenko. He's
supposed to be the greatest since sliced bread.
The only reason why Lomachenko is fighting Lopez is because of how much fucking money Top Rank lost during COVID. That's because think about it. They're the only brand that's not putting asses in the seat.
They can't go to pay-per-view. Nobody's gonna buy that fight except hardcore fans, and that's not enough.
Well, not for Top Rank, no. But guess what? Teofimo Lopez is stuck in a fucking contract. I can guarantee you that. If Teofimo Lopez gets to get free...
If he wins this, just for this fight, he signed an extension.
He's going to have to buy his way out of that contract.
He probably signed an 8.
You know what? It's Lomachenko. There's a fucking rematch clause. I don't even know why I'm even questioning it. There's a rematch clause.
Is there a rematch clause?
It's Loma fucking Chenko. There's a goddamn rematch clause.
Okay.
It's Lomachenko. It's his fucking cash cow because Bud Crawford ain't his cash cow. Lopez is about to be his cash cow.
Listen, as we found out, European fighters don't sell here. Teofimo
is going to sell. Yeah, fuck
if he beats Loma,
it's done.
It's better.
Well, yeah, and Bob Arum knows that because Bob Arum loves Mexican fighters or Latino fighters. He loves Latino fighters.
If it wasn't for Latino fighters, Mexican fighters, boxing would be dead.
Well, Puerto Rican fighters too.
Yeah, well, Hispanic fighters. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, boxing would be dead.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Now, Floyd found a niche with hip hop, including all these stars. He brought that.
You must forget that
Gervonta's following the same blueprint.
Y'all must have forgot. You're like, come on, bro. They've been up there. You know, they've been up there. You know, De La Hoya was a cash cow, but they're not solo.
Floyd is on a different level.
We can remove Floyd from history if we want to and just do all the other fighters. The niggas was really running. Think about it. There's only one Latino in the Four Horsemen. You know, the Leonards, the Tommy Hearns. There's only one Latino. Moving forward, you get De La Hoya. He beats Pernell Whitaker, and then he kind of reigns for a while, but then he loses to Shane Mosley. Like, there's always gonna.
Shane was on the HGH and the cream. We found out.
Okay,
testimony.
I'm not fucking saying that publicly. Well, I straight out of content does not condone those comments made by Omar. Just wanted to put that out there.
That are out there.
That's fine.
He had to give his testimony, and he did use it's called the cream. Okay, so there you go.
A new subject. I don't touch those. I want to keep. But what I'm saying is that, yeah, Latino fighters have definitely helped. Same thing with, you know, Eastern European fighters and stuff like that. But
we already know how
they don't fucking carry. Let's not fucking go there. Let's not. De La Hoya is the only one.
From icons. Let's look at icons.
De La Hoya is the only one.
Muhammad Ali.
De La Hoya is the only one. Is the only Latino fighter to carry, like not necessarily carry, but financially, right? Financially, reign.
He says Chavez.
He wasn't that. He wasn't bigger than.
He's a god in Mexico. Get out.
No, we're talking about all of boxing. He's not bigger than Ray Leonard.
Just Latino fighters.
Well, yeah, but okay. In perspective, you said that Latino.
Him and Oscar beat him. He became.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those two are the only ones.
Oscar got the juice.
Oscar had the juice for a very long time. Oscar set the bar, but let's not forget that there's other major. Because think about it, Oscar was fighting when Mike was fighting as well. So let's not fucking.
Well, Mike was bigger than Oscar.
So thank you. So don't be coming out here saying like, and then Latino fighter. Hold on.
I'm talking about viewers.
Latino fighters and black fighters are equal in boxing.
I'm not talking about boxers. I'm talking about viewers. If it wasn't for the Hispanic community, boxing would be dead. It is what it is.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't. You wonder why? You wonder why I can't say it would be dead?
You gotta give props to them.
You wonder why I can't say it would be dead? Because it didn't start off like that.
No.
Didn't. Mike, how many Latino heavyweights are there?
If you want to go back to the annals of boxing,
no,
it was white people that were the viewers.
Heavyweights, light heavyweights and up, cruiserweights. You can't name a Latino.
You're naming boxers. I'm saying just in general, just people who watch boxing on the regular.
But what I'm saying is that it only pertains to certain weight divisions. And even if we were to just remove those certain fighters, right, that helped the sport, these Latinos fighters helped the fucking sport. There would be
I'm not disagreeing with that. But look, Latinos also watch Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard was a world attraction at that time because he fought for ABC. But that's why they said that, he's just a TV fighter.
Well, you said dead.
Once he fights real fighters, we'll see. Ooh.
You said
other than
dead.
his bad habit outside of boxing with drugs, he's been probably undefeated.
I can't say dead. I cannot agree. We always agree to disagree.
Yeah.
I cannot say that boxing would be dead without Latino fighters. The reason why is because we're
not fighters, viewers, man. Look, they are.
Okay. He's right. Okay, you're right. And I will clarify what he's right about. Boxing would not be. Boxing would be dead if it wasn't for Latino viewers. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Latino, Hispanic.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Yeah. I can't just, I'm sorry. I was so caught up in the fighters, but you're right. Viewers, because, and I will take it even further. Latinos are more loyal and bigger fans of boxing than any other race.
Yep.
That's my personal opinion.
And
so
if you have Oscar De La Hoya, if you have a Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., of course, godlike.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yes, they know boxing.
They're not bandwagon jumpers. They're not fair weather fighters, whatever.
Yeah.
They like somebody, whether they take a loss or not.
Yeah, because the Cubans, they run the Olympics. Cubans run the Olympics. Well, they have for very, very long time. They haven't really been able to go pro.
That's where the real skill is. Cuban fighters get a lot of respect for their skills. You know?
Yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, when you put it like that, yeah, you're 100% right. I totally agree. That was a good segment.
All right, let's talk Gervonta now. I'm loving it.
He's fighting one of the greatest Latino fighters.
Yeah.
In recent
Love
history.
the tutelage. Love the dedication. He's not going to kill himself to make that weight.
Yes, he is. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. He's going to make it clean.
Floyd is on hands with him, working out with him, working the pads with him.
I don't want to see.
I saw in a recent interview, he said, Gervonta does not get credit for his boxing skills.
Yeah, I saw it.
Because everyone thinks, he's just power and whatnot, but you'll see skills.
I don't want to see Leo lose. I love Leo Santa Cruz.
I love Leo, and he has a beautiful story. He comes from a beautiful family. Didn't like what Gary Russell did to his father.
Gary Russell's a punk bitch.
Yeah,
Gary Russell's please somebody bust his ass. God, Lord, please. Sorry for screaming.
That was uncalled for. But anyway, I love Leo. And I thought he won the fight against Frampton, but they're 1-1, so that's good.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Jamel Charlo.
Yeah. And Leo is a workhorse. So we'll see, but he's going through a lot. His dad just died, his main trainer.
Oh, I thought his father was alive.
No, he just passed away. In training camp.
Tank got a lot. I didn't know that. That ain't a lot to deal with.
Duties.
You're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to kill Leo Santa Cruz that night.
Absolutely.
You're gonna have to literally. You might win on the numbers, but I can guarantee you.
Doesn't matter.
I didn't know his dad died. When he go and he's still fighting, you know what he's gonna do in that fight? He's gonna let it. He's gonna be like.
I hope it's not emotional, but Leo is a great ambassador, great fighter, and I hope it's a good fight. But I don't know, man.
I didn't know that. That's so much.
To Gervonta too, because the mind state, he's lost everything basically.
No,
right? He has nothing to lose. But if he makes mistakes, Gervonta, I think, is going to make him pay. And Gervonta, I think, will come with a full tank from round 1 to round 12 instead of round 1 to 6.
They're both going to take something out of each other in this fight, and it's all going to be because
I don't think so.
They're both going to take something out. Each one of them is going to lose a chip after this fight. And the reason why? Because Leo Santa Cruz lost his father. He's going to go into that ring.
Oh, he's going to go out on his gun shield. Definitely.
He's going to
kill him.
And Tank don't got no bitch in him.
No.
So somebody's going to, when they clash, it's going to be
the
like.
Best fighters. Life, and Tank comes from that.
That's what I'm saying.
And it almost parallels Floyd's career. That's what I think Floyd and Tank gel. And they're both hard-headed. But now, under the tutelage of Floyd, after working with him in camp, that's the best thing.
He's a left-handed, smaller Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, well, they say he's a smaller Mike Tyson, but I don't think so. I think he's more skilled than he shows. He doesn't have to pull in the second, third gears, but with under Floyd, you can see that. And I think later on when Devin Haney switches over to PBC again, You might see it.
But he's a free contract. He's a free agent. He can fight.
Well, he's his own company,
Yeah.
Devin Haney Promotions with Matchroom Boxing.
Yeah, he can.
But he's fighting Gamboa.
Is it official?
Oh yeah. Gamboa shot. He's not what he used to be.
Stop. Gamboa went 12 rounds with Tank Davis with a fucked up foot. A two-footed Gamboa against this young Devin Haney is going to be a tremendous fight. I can promise you that.
I'd watch it.
I'm going to watch it because there's not going to be no fucking easy cake in the park. That motherfucker, he was catching Tank, but his foot was fucked up. That fight's totally different if he has both feet.
You see the best Tank. There's another thing, because I think we're going to see the best Tank in this fight. Eddie Camp's not the same.
Think about that, and that's why I said
he didn't blow. He didn't get. He didn't look like a cabbage patch.
They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose.
He's got the sweatsuit on, running with Floyd, doing everything, proper diet, dedicating himself to the sport. He's not cheating himself this time.
They're not coming out.
So let's see.
They're not coming
this performance against Leo will prove if he's up there.
It's going to be a split decision. It's going to be a split decision. They're going to lose when they go into that fight.
I can see that. Because Leo throws millions of punches.
This is mentally, this is Leo's last fight.
I don't think so, but yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, father.
This is Leo's last fight. Like, if it was the fight after, all that would be gone. But he hasn't released it.
Guns blazing.
Listen, it's going to take. The reason why I say they're going to lose something, because Tank is going to have to go to the depths of hell to meet Leo Santa Cruz, who's already waiting there like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm here to die. I'm not going to stop chasing you around this ring until you kill me. And they're going to lose something out of each other. They're going to crack each other so much that by the end of the night, they're going to be like, holy fuck.
If Leo does not do headhunting and goes for Tank's body, we'll see. But I think we're going to see a great Tank, and I think we're going to see a different gear in Tank that is going to be shown, displayed that day. I think.
We're going to see the greatest Tank we've ever seen, because it's going to take that in order to keep Leo Santa Cruz off.
Look at the camp.
No, it is. It is. It is.
I see it.
This is going to be, but what's scary is this the only one that Tank has in him? Because there's a fight in everybody's career, like we saw with Leonard and Hearns, all the way to the foot. Like, Leonard was losing this fight, but it took a piece out of both of them. Like, they were still able to go on and have great careers, but it took, because Hearns lost and he ended up losing some more.
Tommy lost a lot of himself, because you see Tommy right now, right? My God. Punch drunk. Meldrick Taylor, same thing.
These guys, I didn't know that. If I had known that Leo Santa Cruz lost his father, because this is why Leo's so dangerous. He had that past interview. The one.
You know what Leo's son's name is?
What? His dad's name?
Al.
Oh, that's cool.
Al Heyman. Named after the actor Al.
Listen, when I was like, Leo Santa Cruz is like this. He's by himself in that last interview where it's Tank, Floyd, they're all on the Zoom call, and Leo's by himself. And I kept saying, why does he look so serious? And now that I know his dad is gone, I said, oh no. Right now I'm like, I would never want to fight that man. I would never want to fight that man. This is why I didn't fucking tease Floyd.
Emotionally?
He's not fighting emotionally. There was no emotion on his face. Guys, go watch that. Go watch. There's no emotion on his face. You would never know he had a loss.
Well, he's like that all the time. He's a happy-go-lucky person too, and he was quiet, and he's always like that. He's not a talker.
He's not. No. But I'm scared. You're always scared of the quiet dog.
When you step in that squared circle, it doesn't matter.
That would work if it was somebody else, but it's Leo fucking Santa
Mike
Cruz.
Tyson said he was scared before he went in there.
Yeah.
But still, once he stepped into it,
We're talking about. It's like what I'm saying is Leo Santa Cruz was all like without Erase is dead. The Tank Leo Santa Cruz fight is a really dangerous fight for both of them, right?
Oh yeah, I would say it's a 50-50 fight, but now losing his dad, 60-40. Tank's way.
See,
but you're saying 60-40 Leo's way. Okay.
You see, but I'm not picking Leo. What I'm saying is that whoever loses, what I'm saying is that
both of them will take a piece out of each other.
That's all that I'm saying. Okay. I care who wins or loses.
We already know Leo's medal. Tank's medal. Let's see how he faces that fight.
That's it right there. That's it.
No, we're right here.
That is it right there. Because you're about to. You think Floyd is telling him? You think Floyd is telling him like, yo, this motherfucker here is a whole different animal.
Yeah.
He's got to be right. He's got to be telling Tank that like, yo, this motherfucker right here is a whole different animal.
You win fights in preparation in training camp, so I believe Tank will win, but I think it's going to be a split decision.
Yeah,
you're not going to knock out Leo.
If he does,
Leo has to be dead.
If he knocks out Leo Santa Cruz, bro, I'm done. Like, Tank, go ahead. Like, give him the money. Like, because
he'll make the money. He's very marketable.
If he knocks out Leo Santa Cruz, son, I'm done. Like, you put him in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people really understand how good Leo Santa Cruz is. I don't, because even with his little loss to Frampton, I don't think people really understand.
Man, he got that back.
You know,
I still think Leo fought some champions too. He's up there.
Who wins, this is hypothetical, Leo moves up to 135, Mikey Garcia comes down. Because Mikey Garcia is a bigger Leo Santa Cruz.
Yeah. But he has to cut that weight to come down.
Well, only recently. He's only fought him both twice.
Oh, let me get back at Mikey Garcia throwing shade at Errol Spence about, I didn't feel his punches. But do you not know if you didn't feel his punches, so how come you couldn't walk through them? And on top of that, there was a weight clause. He couldn't go above a certain level.
That's because of the belt.
People don't say that.
That's shit. The belt, though. That's not the. That's the belt that The belt.
Mikey didn't have a belt.
No. One of those belts. What belt? The IBF belt that he won from Brooke. That belt sanctioning body holds a weight clause, holds a rehydration clause.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's really stupid.
Because he was fighting he had won the WBC from, who did he beat for the WBC?
Kell Brook?
No. He won the IBF from Kell. Because remember, Porter had it and then lost. And then Kell got it. And then he went over there and Kell fought Triple G, kept his 147-pound belt. Errol Spence went over there, beat him, got his 147-pound belt, came back. But who the fuck did he fight?
He fought Kell at 154, right?
No, he fought Kell at 147. Yeah, he's never fought.
Sure about
I swear. Go ahead, Google it.
Oh, no.
I can show you.
I thought it was 154.
No, fuck no. Damn, who did he fight first? Because he just fought Porter, so no. Or did he just get his WBC belt with Porter?
Wait.
He did, yeah, he did, yep. He didn't have it for the Mikey Garcia fight.
Thurman was out. It was up for grabs.
Yes.
Thurman didn't return in time, so it was a fight for the WBC.
Whose fight for the WBC?
Porter versus Spence. That was the fight.
No.
What was it then?
Porter beat Garcia for the WBC belt because it was vacated. Remember that? Yes, yeah. Porter beat Garcia.
Then Spence took it from Porter.
Okay. But before that, that'll work. You know fighting, right? That's the reason why you and I gel like so well. And you know that certain fighters, right? We've already touched on it with Bud Crawford. We know that certain fighters, whenever they stay in a certain area, it doesn't count. Like you said, UK fighters. Like there's some good UK fighters and they come in, they fight Americans and they get smoked.
Yep.
That's what John Jones has. That's what John Jones is right now. He's his only, outside of wrestling in college, right? Outside of wrestling in college, his only professional career, maybe a few fights before the UFC, but has been predominantly only in the UFC, only against UFC competition. And when I did my research on Izzy, because I can't pronounce his like 9 names, when I did my research, not only does he have 100 fights, right? But he's seen so many different styles.
Yeah. In what?
So many.
In what combat? Ask yourself that.
He has professional boxing, right? And this is what we know. This is what we know. Because him and I always agree. No. That's the thing. He has regular boxing. Yeah. That tournament that he won was in regular, but you go look it up. Because I was like, yo, huh? Well, it was a tournament. It was a tournament in New Zealand, but it's still professional. It still counts.
Saying New Zealand boxers are up there.
No, listen. Holly Holmes, right? Listen.
GTFO.
Listen.
Okay, good.
We said, hey, Holly Holmes was a championship boxer before she entered the UFC.
Yeah, she was a boxer.
A champion.
Remember, boxing and striking, totally different.
And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. That Izzy is a true boxer. We know that boxers, because they grow up fighting, right? Okay. So their chins in amateur career get adjusted. So they don't get smoked like these other fighters. You can't get knocked out. You can't get knocked the fuck out. That was a kick.
He hasn't.
That was a kick. Let's not, right? That was a kick.
Okay.
Right?
But now we're fighting in smaller gloves. And
but he's already
John Jones has seen every style in MMA.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't.
Yes, he has. He has a brawler. He has a wrestler. He has seen everything. Okay?
He's only had 20 professional fights. He's only had 20 professional fights. If that.
Once he became a champion, he only faced number ones.
But think about it. You just said, oh, they were only in New Zealand. You do realize, compared to the other world, like when you step out of America, that's how people look at the UFC. You are aware of that.
UFC is from every country. What are you talking about? It's just established.
UFC is promoted very well. But as far as fighters...
Fighters are from every part of the world. Get out of here.
Listen, a lot of those fighters do a couple of shows and then they come on over and then they have a tremendous career in the UFC. And this is the reason why divisions like the heavyweight division, and this is the reason why other divisions don't have reigning champions like boxing for 5, 7, 10 years.
Because in boxing, it's different. You're given 2 tools, bigger gloves.
Listen.
And boxing training is way harder anyway. In UFC, you have to know many styles, like because you get taken to the ground. And guess what? This one, yes, he's a great boxer, whatever, in New Zealand. I don't give a shit. But when you come into the UFC, what happened to Izzy when he fought Kevin Gastelum? His lip was like this, like he got stung by a bee. He almost got knocked out, but he almost knocked out Kevin Gastelum if it wasn't for the belt.
So hold on. So you're gonna
did you see that fight?
You're gonna say that to my face, and you're not gonna bring up John Jones' fight? 2 of them.
What? Which one?
There's 2, and you know. Go ahead, say it.
Yeah. The last one was Reyes. The other one was
starts with a G. Starts with a G.
With a G. What's his name? I know. Sweet guy. But he knocked the shit out of him in the second fight.
So
Gustafson.
So let's negate what you just said, right?
Okay.
Let's negate. Go ahead.
Not negate. Let's put that to the side.
Yeah, both of them had those two types of fights. We put those now to the side, right? Now we go to experience. We got one fighter who we know, right? We know has abused his body. These are facts. He's older, right?
Way out.
Huh?
Maybe on his way up.
Maybe.
He's also jumped up a weight class to fight.
He's not jumped up a weight class. He's fighting at his natural walk around weight.
He's jumping up to heavyweight. He already did.
Well,
so he's gonna fight. He's waiting for the right fight, which is gonna be Miocic.
But that's not a jump, is what I'm saying, right?
And Miocic is heavyweights out there, and he's a boxer.
If
Izzy doesn't know wrestling, John knows wrestling.
You got listen. You think
if you take Izzy to the ground,
if you think that Izzy doesn't know wrestling, you're insane.
He got beat the fuck up by a wrestler, and his face was mutilated. But he's in the fight.
Stop bringing that one thing up, because I have the Gustafsson fight and I got the Reyes fucking fight. Which I don't even have to use the Reyes fight, because that was underground and you couldn't take Reyes down. But Izzy is a 10 times better fighter than Reyes.
Nah, he's not as big as Reyes either.
Go.
Izzy, and he has more arsenal.
You watch, what's the guy? What's the guy on Showtime? He does the podcast. He be with, you know what I'm talking about. Pretty boy. He dresses like you. Brandon.
Brandon who?
Brandon Sharp. Yeah.
Oh, Brandon Sharp. Yeah.
Brandon Sharp. Great video. Tacos with conversation, whatever. Did you watch it? Did you watch it? Did you watch it with Izzy?
I have to see. Can you hear me?
Did you watch it with Izzy?
Yeah. Fill me on the part that you are trying to get at.
A lot of people say that you're small, but I'm standing here with you. You're a big dude. Mm-hmm. They're the exact same height.
Is he take a punch from John Jones?
Bro, no UFC fighter in history has ever hit as hard as a fucking professional boxer. His guy at 50 fights, he had more fucking experience, and these are with killers overseas. These are with kicks to the fucking head. Yeah, he got knocked out one time with a fucking kick. Outside of that, this motherfucker overseas was dominant. And he came to the UFC and has proven it. I'm telling you, it's going to be a very close fight. And you're right about the ground game. But if John Jones couldn't take down fucking Reyes and barely won by the skin of his fucking teeth, you just saw what old boy did to fucking two muscle-bound dudes who thought that they was going to be aggressive. You think that he can be aggressive?
Pause.
You're nuts.
Pause.
Go ahead.
Paulo Costa was a weightlifter. What skills did he have? He learned on the job.
They both had wrestling.
Do anything. And he had to cut massive muscle weight to come there. And he did not have
That's his division. Set. That's his division. What do you mean? You didn't have to cut nothing. That's his division.
You see him? He was massive to begin with. Just no body fat. He had to kill himself to make that weight.
Romero
but he had to cut that.
Romero and him are both.
He wants to fight him again. Wrestlers. It happens the same way. Izzy is like a Ginsu knife. He's gonna cut through him like hot butter.
Who has better hands? Let's go ahead. Who has better hands? Who has better hands?
Against who?
John Jones and Izzy. Who has better hands?
Oh, Izzy.
Who has better footwork?
Izzy.
Who's better chin?
John. Get the fuck out of
here. Omar, you're a fucking boxer. There's never been a UFC fighter in history that's had better fucking chin than a boxer. They grow up getting hit.
Have you seen John Jones
get hit by wrestlers? Yes, I've seen him get hit by wrestlers, not professional fucking fighters.
So when you get tied up, right? John Jones possible too. Don't sleep on him.
And listen, his hand game is trash compared to these guys.
Oh God.
You don't see, but the thing is, I've watched a ton of fucking Izzy. Same thing with my cousin Darnell.
I hope John Jones finds you in upstate New York, like he leaves Arizona and finds you for saying that stupid shit.
For saying he
has a better chin, way better chin. Get out of here.
How do you have a better chin with 20 professional fights versus somebody who's been not only fighting their whole career in hand-to-hand, right? Because he's a professional fucking boxer in a professional tournament in his country, right? So you won that. Because we would fucking be counting if John Jones had a Golden Gloves under his belt. You would be counting that.
Okay. You got to be standing up for that. And you think John Jones is going to stand up and fight Izzy? No.
I think.
Especially with the legs that John has.
John Jones
he's going to get murdered by Izzy with the leg kicks.
John Jones can't. So John Jones is a better kicker than Izzy? Oh my.
Izzy's a better kicker, you dummy.
Oh, okay. I was about to fucking say.
You jumped the gun. Izzy's a better kicker. He comes to kickboxing.
When you watch the Izzy fights, the next podcast, when you watch these Izzy fights, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? By
the way, I don't know if you'll get this reference. Did you ever notice that Izzy looked like Grace Jones' kid?
I don't know who that is.
Okay, you ever see...
I got it. Watch when I get him. Watch, I'm about to get him. Go ahead. Let me know. Let me know, because I'm about to get you. I swear to God. Same way. Who wins? Jones in his prime or Silva? Do I got him? Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. And guess who's better than Anderson Silva in his prime?
No. Anderson Silva. After the leg break and everything?
No, I said prime. I said John Jones prime. Anderson Silva in his prime. Who wins?
Izzy fought.
Fuck, we're not counting that. We're talking who wins.
Trying to compare.
No. Because I believe Izzy is better than Anderson Silva in his prime. I believe Izzy's prime is bigger than Anderson Silva. I'm telling you, and I'm not the only one that thinks like that. When I saw Brandon Schaub and fucking what's his name? What's the guy? Joe Rogan. I said, yeah, they see the same thing I do.
Matter of opinion.
John Jones
disagree.
Doesn't have the arsenal.
Izzy hype.
All he has is wrestling.
Izzy fights him more.
He only has wrestling. John Jones only has wrestling, and you can't say size because they're both 6'4". Outside of that, take wrestling out of it. Who wins?
It's massive.
He's not bigger than Izzy.
Yes, he is.
No, they're not.
Yes, he is. Why isn't Izzy fighting him?
He's about to.
Jumped up to heavyweight. And John Jones already goaded him, and he said, no, I'm going to finish up this division. I'm going to clean up this division.
How much do you want to bet that they fight?
Next? No.
No, not next. How much do you want to bet that they fight?
I'm not betting, buddy, yet.
Yeah, they fight. Because there's no other... When I saw Brandon Schaub stand next to him, Brandon Schaub's big. He's like 6'3". When he told Izzy that, yo, you're a big guy, and then he told him, when you was talking about John Jones, I was like, no way, John Jones too big. I'm standing here next to you. I'm like this now. And this was before this last performance. You've never seen John Jones piece up a nigga like this.
Has a bigger wingspan and has better reach. John Jones is more established in MMA than Izzy. Izzy just came in.
Oh, right? No, he didn't.
Let him.
Are you
be a champion for almost 10 years, okay? Let him
Hold on.
all the top competition.
First off, John Jones has not been a champion that long. You're counting the years that he was suspended.
Only time that John lost the belt is because of his outside activities.
No, you're counting the time. You said 10 years. He hasn't been
almost 10 years. Go look it up.
No, not active.
It's either it's either Daniel Cormier or him.
No, not active.
Daniel Cormier got the belt because it's John Jones' indiscretions outside.
It's not active. He wasn't active those years. So you can't count them all. You're counting his span this big, right?
And to come back, well, then you got to give him his just due to come back after a suspension like that. And
every time he came back, he was on performance-enhancing drugs. Every time he came back, he was on performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah, and it's called cocaine.
No, those weren't the drugs he got popped. Those weren't the drugs.
Smoking pot. And
Israel
now they can measure what was in your system. If it's a pictogram, that doesn't help you do anything. But anyway.
Okay. Izzy's record. I'm looking it up.
Next subject. All right. Let's see Conor fighting Pacquiao.
No, Conor McGregor's going to die. Yeah, that's not a conversation.
He's not a boxer. And whoever says, oh, Conor did great against Floyd. No, Floyd carried him. Floyd wanted to take him out the first round. If he didn't want to bet on himself.
How many fights do you think Izzy has?
100 fights.
No. In the UFC only.
I have no idea.
Just guess.
Probably like a handful.
Shoot out a number.
Less than 10.
Great. How many fights do you think John Jones has?
18. I don't know.
I love getting these. John Jones has 27.
Okay, I said 18. Okay.
Izzy has 20.
Okay. Against what level of competition?
The same level of competition that John Jones has. Because the only person that you can name on John Jones' list is Daniel Cormier.
Really?
Outside of that, you're not.
Are you kidding me?
Name somebody else.
Gustafsson?
That's it.
No.
Who went on to never become champion. He went on to never become champion. Keep going.
Broke Brendan Barrett's orbital bone. Then he fought, who else? Shogun Rue? No, not Shogun. What's his name? Karate guy. Machida. And he was invincible at that
I'll give him Machida.
Beat Machida. Slapped him.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? There's a whole bunch. He's fought better competition than Izzy. I don't care if you like Izzy or not. Facts are facts. He fought way better.
It's impossible to only fight. It's impossible to only fight in the UFC and say that you fought better competition than a person who's had a professional career in worldwide respected fighting. Like I just named you just
professional. An example with boxing.
Go ahead. Yes, please do.
Julio Cesar Chavez had so many fights. Guess what?
True.
Great. How many champions has he fought? How many champions has Floyd fought? Floyd's got to go down as the GOAT. When you go
you're
down
using another example.
Is the GOAT.
You're using another example. You're using another example to make your example right. You can't do that. You can't go Julio Cesar Chavez.
You have to see how many champions
Mayweather
or Hall of Famers that compared
yes,
to
you
Jones
do.
Fought,
you do. And
John Jones has fought better competition than Izzy.
Oh my! But this is unfair because you haven't studied Izzy, so you think because he's fought in the UFC that he's fought at the highest competition. And I'm telling you, as your friend, that it's wrong.
Dana.
No,
I don't like Dana because he's turning into Bob Arum. Go whether you like it or not, and he will beat Izzy. We'll see when they fight in 2 years or a year. We'll see. John Jones has accomplished more in the UFC than Izzy has done his whole time here.
Professional boxing record for Izzy: 6 total fights, 5 wins, 1 loss by knockout. Kickboxing career. Now, mind you, hold on, I'm not done. World champion kickboxer, something John Jones has never been. Anything outside of UFC, he has never held a world champion. Not in the Olympics, not in any other form of fighting. John Jones.
What does that have
I'm not done. I'm not. So Khabib holding everything outside the octagon and then comes to the octagon. None of his past matters. Only the shit that he's done in the UFC matters.
It does matter to a certain degree until you perform at the highest. And Khabib is up there.
Hold on. Lomachenko's the exact same way. Lomachenko has his amateur career was just like Izzy's. And that's the reason why he's performing the way that he is now in this
professional career.
According to you, his professional career is I mean, right now, people have him as the pound for pound.
Loma doesn't have that many fights professionally.
Yeah, he only has 14, but still. The reason why he's on the number one ESPN pound for pound list is because of what? His 400 amateur fights. Anyway, I'm not done. 80 professional kickboxing, right? Because I don't even have his championships yet. Now, mind you, when you're fighting kickboxing, you're not only fighting Americans, you're fighting people all over the world. 80 total fights.
Yes.
75 wins. Right? You're getting cracked, fists, kicks, everything. Every night. Not this take you down, wrestle you, breathe on you. None of that bullshit. Fighting for way longer than 25 minutes, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Right? So we've already got six professional.
Cool.
And then on top of that, 20 professional UFC fights.
Mm-hmm.
His championships and accomplishments. Australian fighting champion, middleweight. Hex Fighting Series middleweight. MMA junkie.
Fighting champ. What kind of fighting? What kind of combat?
This one, the Hex Fighting Series middleweight champ.
The fighting champ.
The Australian fighting champ.
What the hell is that?
That is the AFC is an Australian mixed martial arts organization based in Melbourne.
MMA.
Yep.
Okay, MMA.
Yep, MMA. So
local.
Again. Wrestling Observer newsletter, most outstanding fighter of the year 2019, MMA match of the year 2019.
That's what gassed him.
Yeah, that is what gassed him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is what gassed him. Yep. But
he beat Robert Whitaker. Robert Whitaker was coming off an injury and a layoff. And then he beat
boxing career, prize fighting tournaments, became the Adesanya re-entered the Super 8 tournament in May 2015 and held somewhere Horncastle Arena. It was the second cruiserweight series with the winner receiving $25,000. He won his first professional fight against fellow New Zealander. Knocked out his opponent in the second round.
Who is his opponent?
Oh, I don't know. Zane.
In boxing.
Zane Hotman, somebody like that.
Oh yeah, I heard of him.
If we delete everything else that he's done, he's had 80 professional kickboxing matches.
Guess what? He's not beating John Jones. I don't care what you say.
That's fine. We both agree that who will win.
No.
I'm just not.
We'll see.
Just don't say that he has more experience. Just don't say he has more experience.
Only way John Jones will lose a fight with a fight. That's all. Nothing else.
And on that, we will end this extremely long, intense episode of Straight Outta Content Podcast, brought to you by Carl Adams, and Mr. Omar himself is here. I don't know how the hell I'm going to edit this together, but I'm going to try to do it. But what's great, guys, whether or not it's chopped up or anything like that or edited or whatever, the audio will be on Spotify and Apple. I will put that out first, and then I will make up the video and stuff like that. So you will be able to listen to this on Spotify and Apple Music or Apple Podcasts. Anything else you want to end this with your crazy allegations? It was
my
fun.
allegation? No, it's facts.
It was fun. Doesn't Khabib fight tomorrow?
As the young kids say, no cap. Khabib? Yeah, Khabib's going to fight Justin Gaethje.
Tomorrow, right?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I think
I got Khabib anyway.
Let's see.
Khabib's cash cow now also.
Oh, no, these. Oh, Khabib.
And McGregor is fighting. McGregor's also fighting in the octagon.
Is that guy good?
Who?
That McGregor, Justin Cormier, or Justin whatever.
No, Dustin Poirier.
Is he good?
Yeah, he's good. He lost to McGregor.
Oh, why is he fighting him again?
It's an intriguing fight. It's people watch McGregor.
I'm gonna end it quick, fast. Who wins, Masvidal or Covington?
Masvidal or Khabib?
Or Covington?
That's a good question.
I know.
I'm going for.
Well, we know who we're going for, but
I don't know. After Woodley showed up, I love Tyron Woodley. I was hoping BLM would beat the shit out of MAGA, but that's a different story. He had a rib injury, and Tyron is old, so he's getting older, and he's getting more injuries. So, and I know that because I get injuries myself at my age.
Can Usman do it again? Yeah, you broke that. Can Usman do it again?
Yeah, he's going to break his jaw and shut. I hope he's sipping, eating out of a straw. Because I don't like that attitude. I don't care if it's fake or not. I'm not for that political divide. And I'm all for equality. I'm not for that bullshit. He's a very cheap Conor McGregor.
Very, very cheap Conor McGregor. Yeah. Even though I think he can beat Conor.
I don't know, but who cares?
Right, exactly. Who cares? Man, this has been a great conversation. I am starving. I'm going to eat, man. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day, this 2.5 hours, give or take. And
2.5 hours.
It's been a long time. I had to keep hitting record, man. So my hard drive is probably gone. Appreciate it, man. We really needed this. Hopefully we stir some shit up, man.
All right.
We got to get I'm going to send you that information too about that testing center.
All right.
All right, man. All right, guys. Peace. Don't forget, listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And you can follow me at Straight Out of Content on Instagram. And check me out at Straight Out. Check me out at Straight Out of Content on YouTube. All right, guys. Peace.